everybody, Gavin McCormack here, and we are live in the Great Southern Ocean in Antarctica. Now this week we're learning all about the moon, and we want you to continue your research on all the moons in our solar system. Now the moon, as you know, plays an important role in everything that we do and how we live, from the birds who navigate the world to illuminating the sky on a dark night. Now this week we are going to ask you to create your very own moon, and we've got Jordan here from Young Art USA. Hello, sir. Now Jordan, tell us, how can we possibly create our very own moon?
Well, the moon is a form called a sphere. And basically a sphere is like a ball. It's round on all sides. Our moon has a lot of texture in it though. It has a lot of surface. There are lots of craters all over the place. So we need to use a material that's going to make a sphere, but also work with that texture that's there. And the easiest way for us to do that is to basically start off with a form that's kind of like a sphere, like a balloon.
Oh, balloon.
Yeah, so we're gonna blow that balloon up to the size that's going to be kind of comfortable for people to work with, and then we're going to use some PVA glue, or if you have it, some flour and water in an equal mixture. You just take some paper, dip it into the PVA glue or the mixture, and then apply it to the surface of the balloon, letting it dry there so that it creates that sphere.
Now, before we go on, what kind of paper are we talking about? Should I be using the white A4 paper from the cupboard, or is there another kind of paper I should use?
You can use that type of paper, but I've found that the easiest way to use it is some old newspapers. Basically anything that has a really thin texture so that you can layer it up as much as you need to. So I've used adverts, circulars, that kind of thing to dip into the mixture and then apply it to the surface of the balloon. You want to try to get everything all at once though, because if you have one spot and let it dry, it's going to shrink a little bit. And we want to make sure that it's going to be dry all the way around at the same time.
Now when we finish coating our balloon with the newspaper, it's dried, we like the size. We've got a balloon inside this thing, and it's also the wrong color. How are we going to make it look like a moon?
Well, one of the things that we can do, we first need to get rid of the balloon. And the easiest way to do that is to have the small opening near where you blew up the balloon.
Oh.
You can either deflate it or you can pop it, one of the two. It depends on what you want to do. But besides that, what we need to do is paint the exterior of the moon. Now, it does not have to be pure white. You can add a small amount of yellow or black to it if you want something that's a little more gray, because the moon looks very different based off of the different lights that we see it in. Where it is in the sky, it can change up a lot.
That's right, and some of the craters have shadows, so should we use blacks or any other darker colors?
You can use a variety of different colors. You can even add some browns to it if you want to, but you want to keep it predominantly white so it's lighter and reflects that light like the real moon does.
Amazing. Now I've got my balloon, it's popped, I've got my moon, and it's all painted, it looks like the moon. What am I going to do with it that's going to change the world, to make it useful?
Well, I thought what we would do is add some facts. Dr. Carl gave us some great facts about the moon, about moons in general, and there's so many different moons in our solar system alone. The other thing that we can do is hang those facts from the moon, because it's going to be really, really light. We can hang it from the ceiling using some yarn or a bit of string or anything along those lines, and I would say give it to someone else so that they can learn about the moon as well.
Oh my goodness, what a great initiative. So we've learned about the moon, we're making a moon, and then we're going to give it away so other people can learn too.
And there's one final thing that you can do with your moon that is a nice way to show how the moon reflects light, and that's turning off all of the lights in the room where it's hanging up from, and you can use a torch or a flashlight to shine it on the moon to see how it looks when light hits it.
Oh my goodness, it's turned into a science lesson almost. It's absolutely fantastic. So this week, we want you to get creative. Get with your friends, make moon, and make sure that you have a chat about what everybody else's moon looks like. You know, it doesn't have to be the same as the moon in the sky. We want you to get creative and make your moon absolutely unique, and then help other people learn about the moon by donating it. Jordan, it has been an absolute pleasure.
As always, Gavin. Thank you very much.
See you next week.